of those years. And that year was about a pitcher to pitch Game 7 of the World Series. This one says, name a hitter you'd want at the plate down 1 in the bottom of the 9th. And you can't say George Brett.
And the guy Q picked did not do so great last night in the moments he picked Waka last night. Yeah, you can't say George. And so I sometimes just go with my gut when I have stuff like this. And immediately my gut told me to take Alcides Escobar. And the reason why, I can't get past the leadoff home run in 2015. That guy was a free swinger. He'd go up there and swing the bat. You knew he was going to make contact. You knew he was going to put that ball in play. So I immediately go, I'm going with Alcides Escobar in this one. Big moment, he's come through. So that's my guy. He's been tested in the big moments. I'm going Alcides Escobar.
Interesting.
That's a fun one.
It's a different angle.
Yeah, it's a hot take. Yeah, this is good.
I would say, if I can't say George, I would probably go with Sweeney or Beltran.
Those are good ones, too.
Those would be the two I would use, just because I don't know, outside of George, I don't know if there's a better eye in the batter's box in the Royals' history than Mike Sweeney. I mean, the guy slugged, the guy hit for average. One of the best hitters I've ever seen in my life.
He was tremendous.
One of the greatest batting stances I've ever seen, too.
Great stance.
And then Beltran, just, I don't know, Carlos Beltran, dude. So those would be the two I would choose. And then I'd have Gordon in there. Because if you're going to use the Escobar way, nobody's hit a bigger home run in Royals history than Alex Gordon. I mean, you could say Gossage in 80.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that wasn't the World Series. That wasn't a pivotal moment in the World Series, coming off of a crucial moment.
Huge error by Hosmer. You thought, oh, my God, they just gave this game away, and then he didn't need the wind.
Yeah. So those would be, I guess, in a roundabout way, if I could pick three like I did yesterday, I think the three I'd choose would be Sweeney, Beltran, and Gordo.
Willie Wilson, any
Sure.
honorable mention?
Slap a single and make it a triple.
Hal McRae's an honorable mention too,
Hal McRae,
because Hal always put the ball in play. He was a great hitter. He was one that you could always go to war with. Here's another one that's going to be an interesting one too. Is Ben Zobrist?
I just got that text
Oh,
three different times.
Did that really come in
numbers.
on the text line?
Yes.
Because I always felt like in 15 for the 5 minutes we had Zobrist and loved every 5 minutes of it. That guy always seemingly came through. He was a big time contributor for this team. Another one that I kind of toyed with a little bit yesterday was Kendrys Morales. You know, he was good here for the 2 years that he was here. You always felt like when he came to the plate, he was going to deliver in one of those big moments. So there's quite a list of guys that you could potentially go with, and I don't think really any of them are wrong unless you went with like Nafi Perez, and then we'd laugh you out of the building.
Billy.
I don't know that I would go with Billy Butler. No.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, it's 2008, sure.
Yeah.
Or is that 2013, the All-Star game?
12.
12, yeah. That year, for sure.
Yeah.
After that, boy, was it gone. Someone says Kevin Seitzer, Kendrys Morales.
Kevin Seitzer's a hell of a call. That's really good. You know he was going to get a hit.
Ooh, Lorenzo Cain.
Cain's a good one, too.
Wonder if we'd have one of those.
Yep.
Have we mentioned Hosmer?
No.
Okay.
That's an interesting one you could throw on that list.
A little further down, though.
Yeah.
What about Bob Hamlin?
1994 Bob Hamlin. Yeah. Anything after that, forget about it.
Do yourself a favor. You got time today. Go to the garage. YouTube Bob Hamlin highlights.
You want to do Jeff King now, too?
I mean, we can do this all day. What about Mark Grudzelanek? He had a good stick.
Yeah.
Zobrist is a good answer.
Zobrist is awesome.
That guy
for
the short period of time that he was here, a hometown hero. Dude.
Oh, my God.
And then you reform even more so when you find out the rest.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then he goes to the Cubs, wins a World Series there, too.
I mean, you talk about a guy that became a fan favorite overnight in Kansas City.
It's amazing what happens when you produce immediately.
I mean,
right away.
Overnight became a fan favorite here in Kansas City and wasn't here all but 2 seconds. But you know what happened? Flags fly forever. That's why championships matter.
Damn right.
Because a guy like Ben Zobrist, who literally played 50 games maybe for the Royals, is probably one of the most popular athletes of the last 20 years here in Kansas City. Because he was part of that winning team and was a big contributor and really was the final piece of the puzzle to that winning team. And that's why it matters to win championships. Going 500 every year and doing nothing doesn't matter. You win those championships, you become a legend. And Ben Zobrist probably doesn't have to buy a dinner in Kansas City ever again.
59 games as a Royal.
That's it, 59.
Yeah, when you said that, I was like, wow, really? Damn.
Well,
is
he was
crazy. It
acquired
just
at the
feels
trade
like it was-
deadline, right?
yeah.
So he was really only here August,
Yeah.
September, and October.
It was just so
Has Carter
impactful.
Jensen already played more games than Ben Zobrist?
He may have.
I would assume
Yeah.
that,
We're
yes.
at what,
Yeah.
39 now after last night? They're in 40.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
at
he's
40 games.
pretty damn close. Yeah.
And Carter's probably played 29 to 30 games this year.
He's at 48 games.
48 career games. So he's almost played more games than Ben Zobrist. After this weekend, Carter Jensen will have played more games. No, 59 you said, right?
Yeah.
So in
We-
2 weeks,
yeah.
Carter Jensen most likely will have played more games as a
Nuts.
Royal than Ben Zobrist. And people will look at Ben Zobrist as one of the great Royals ever.
Does Bobby Witt come on this list at any point?
I'm not ready to put him on that
Okay.
list yet. I need more.
Hasn't had those moments.
Yeah, I mean, he's had the moments. He hasn't come through in those moments.
Yeah, he had one chance, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Right? What did you say?
No,
ALDS?
he's hit a walk-off grand slam before, and he's hit a walk-off. He hit a game-winning home run the other night.
No, postseason.
I mean,
I'm talking
yeah,
about.
Oh, now we're
postseason.
going postseason.
That's
yeah.
all I'm talking about.
Yeah, postseason,
Postseason. He's only had that one chance. Yeah.
Somebody says, how about Ken Harvey if it's Buck night?
The Buck Knight home run against Detroit in 20, whatever that was.
Max Real Father Joe Randa makes the
There we
list.
go.
John Buck makes the list.
John Buck.
Lou Piniella makes the list.
Oh my God, that's an interesting call right there. You got an older folk out there listening to. That's not a bad one. Lupinella could hit. Yeah.
It's Miller time next. Matt Miller, he had this to say about the draft and where some of the Chiefs pick land here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Carter Jensen, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, weekday mornings starting at 6, right here on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
I want you to be honest with yourself for a second. Does your lawn look awesome? If the answer is no, it doesn't, then it's time to call my friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. Because if you want a lawn that looks awesome and you can tell everybody, yeah, my lawn looks awesome, then you need to use Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. Because before we used them, we had a lawn that looked terrible. Dandelions everywhere, weeds everywhere, dead spots everywhere. It was hopeless. And then we called Aspen Lawn and Pest Control and said, hey, can you fix this? And they go, yeah, we can take care of this. We've got college-educated professionals that know everything about growing grass here in Kansas City. They study the climate, they study the seeds, they study the weather, they study the soil, everything to know what is the best way to grow that grass in your yard. And then they get to work and they give you the best lawn on the block, just like they've done for us. And now, with the springtime here and the summertime on the way, we need to get that mosquito dome put over our house as well to keep the mosquitoes, the ticks, the fleas out to protect us and our dog all spring and summer long. Right now, they're going to give you a free estimate and up to half off your first application when you mention this ad. So visit them now at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
I hope you're sitting down. The ACA Marketplace has announced significant increases on monthly premiums with deductibles over $10,000. You can enroll with Matt B. and KC at BBS Insurance's Freedom of Choice plan now. You don't have to wait. Their plan lets you use any doctor, has zero outpatient deductibles, and it's 30 to 60% lower costs than most Obamacare plans. Also, there's no income disclosure required, so no potential tax penalties. If you are a small business owner or pay for your own health insurance, you're uninsured, you're on COBRA, or your employer coverage is just too expensive. Call Matt B. and KC for an instant quote over the phone at 816-205-4664. That's 816-205-4664. Or go to bbsinsurance.net. That's bbsinsurance.net. They will customize a plan chosen and managed by you, not the government.
It's time to spring into deals for Mother's Day at Lowe's. Shop select 1.5-gallon annuals hanging baskets, 2 for $15, and get Mom the perfect addition for her garden for less. Plus, get 3 free bags of Miracle-Gro 0.75 cubic foot garden soil when you buy 3. Mom's garden is winning with these deals. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/6, excludes Alaska and Hawaii, while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
J. Rieger & Co. Straight Bourbon Whiskey, winner of Best Craft Bourbon at the 2025 Ascot Awards. At 90 proof, it's rich, well-balanced, and oh so good. Quality crafted in Kansas City. J. Rieger & Co. Oh, so good. Quality crafted in Kansas City.
Replacing your HVAC doesn't have to be an emergency. Plan now, pay less later. For a limited time, take advantage of an HVAC replacement with financing starting as low as $149 a month. More options, better timing, and less stress for your home.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric. Kansas side, 635 northbound, heavy from K5 to the bridge with construction. Replacing your HVAC doesn't have to be an emergency. Plan now, pay less later. When you plan ahead, you get more options, better scheduling, and less stress. Schedule today at anthonyphce.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Follow the station on Instagram for daily videos like the Royal Decree, Chiefs Take Tuesday, and Would You Rather Wednesday. This is Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan, KFMC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
I just saw this. I don't know if you watched this, Mac. I know it's past Bob's time as a kid, but Casper, the movie, right?
I've seen it a couple times, yeah.
Christina Ricci. They're going to do a live-action series for Disney Plus from producer Steven Spielberg.
Wow. Damn.
Have you seen Black Snake Moan?
Nope. Spielberg movie?
No, that's Christina Ricci movie.
Okay.
She grew up when she did that movie. But I remember Casper as a kid, man. Damn. Great movie. Loved Casper.
That's a good movie.
Unfinished Business.
I didn't realize we were needing more Casper.
I don't think we do.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, I don't think we do.
I thought that was a mattress by now. Like, I didn't know that was still a thing, right?
Yeah, I'm kinda like, okay.
What are the brothers' names? Stinky, Fatso, and Stretch?
Sure.
Sure. I think I pulled it.
Sure.
I know it's Stinky and Fatso, and I think Stretch is the other
Aren't those
one.
Binkley's friends?
No, that's Fart, Barf, and Beef or something like
Tank.
that.
Fatso. Yeah, Tank.
Yeah,
Fart. Tank.
And he does have a friend named Fart, right?
Fatso, Stretch, and Stinky.
BBL Stinky.
Take the day, Dustman. Dude, I loved it, man. There was a fast food joint that had something for like toys. It was either McDonald's or Burger King, and they got Casper, man, because that was pure entertainment back in the day when these kids movies came out, like all the Disney movies. Which fast food chain won the bidding war?
Yeah,
because that's where everybody was going for, like, because all my buddies have kids that are like, you know, young, like 8 to 6 to 9 or whatever it is age wise. They're going to McDonald's to get the K-pop Demon Happy Meal. Don't even care about the nuggets, the cheeseburger, the apples, or anything.
Nothing.
They want the toy. And boy, was McDonald's on top of the world when they had the teeny beanie babies. You'd have thought, it looked like every day looked like
the
Chick-fil-A
Beanie Babies.
today.
Oh, my God.
I mean, it was nuts, man. Because the Beanie Babies themselves
Terrible.
were massive. But then McDonald's like, what if we do miniature versions and team up with Thai and then put them in our Happy Meals and sell those for $4? And nowadays, there's probably some collector that's got all of them still in a little bag.
Right.
Probably worth $1 gazillion because that's just genius. But Matt Miller did his top 100 draft picks. Obviously, Matt Miller with ESPN. And number 1 was Caleb Downs, which we kind of like thought. Everyone kind of put that into perspective, was like, hey, he might be the most talented player in the draft. Chiefs could have had him. But they went with Mansour Delane, who was number 3 on Matt Miller's list, as he was traded up for by the Kansas City Chiefs. It says in the comments in this write-up, the Chiefs also need an impact corner after the offseason departures of Jalen Watson and Trent McDuffie, whom Delane reminds me of to his ball skills, roughness, and speed in phase. One of the things we said, or at least I said, I don't want to put words in your mouth, is that it'd be really nice to get Spags' guy back. And maybe some of us were on the side of like, man, Caleb Downs kind of screams that Spags sort of player.
Yeah, for me
Come
it
up
was.
on the line and blitz, can play in the secondary as a hybrid. Mitch Holtis told us, don't look at the S next to his name. He's not just a safety. He's more of a hybrid. But it sounds like maybe Mansour Delane was Spags' guy the whole time, because after he gets drafted, we hear Brett Veach say, well, once Tate was gone, we knew our guy was there. And then we hear the other story of Spags going, just zoom him. Don't get with him. Don't say that we're going to go see him. Because to the Chiefs' credit of winning all these games, when you're that good, you're that successful, and you're that rich at winning, whether it is life or whatever, people are always interested in how you got there and why you do there.
And trying to knock you off, too.
Right, or they'll be like,
scumbags.
How did Millers get a brand new cut? How'd you get that? You're like, don't worry about it. But, like, this is one of those things where, like, they wanted this guy. I think that Mansour Delane is going to be able to play strictly with the position that they want him to be, which is a true blood corner. But also, he does give you that sort of presence that Spags likes, where it's like, all right, he's locked up on Jamar Chase, and in a split second, he's hitting that blitz, and before Burrow can look to the next read, he's getting sacked.
If this guy turns out to be anything even close to what Trent McDuffie is, it's going to be a big win for the Kansas City Chiefs. And everybody will look at this and go, damn, they took advantage of having a bad year. Not only are they doing things good on the field, but the one year they don't do good things on the field, they crush it off the field. And it will be that cool kid at school that everybody is just jealous of, that seemingly does everything the right way. And no matter what you can do, you can't compete with that guy. And I think that's kind of what people are going to look at with Delane being so high, on that list. And Matt Miller said it's one of his favorite moves of the year was trading up 3 spots to get this guy, because it solves obviously a position that you need, but it gives you the best cornerback in the draft, not the third best wide receiver or the third best defensive end. You get literally the best player at his position and one of the best players in the draft at a position where in the NFL right now you got to have some corners that can go out there and play. And so I'm excited about this one as well. It's going to be a lot harder, I think, to judge how good he is, because there's a good chance he does become Trent McDuffie, and we don't see that side of the field in action. We have a better chance with the eye test to see Peter Woods do impressive things, because you can see somebody sack the quarterback a lot easier than some guy playing defensive back and locking down a man for 3 seconds.
I think it was always interesting with Trent McDuffie, because you'd see like a pass get broken up in the end zone, and you don't always get to see the number. But like people that will watch Chiefs games and kind of pick up characteristics or like the way the uniform looks, they're like, there's McDuffie. You're like, oh, yep, that was 22. Yep. And it was always that. It was always Trent. And so now you're in an era where like that 4-year security blanket is gone. Is this one better? Is this one the same? Is it different? I think it's all 3 of those, but in a different sort of way to make them the comparisons to Trent McDuffie.
And what Matt Miller's doing here, he went through the top 100 moves, picks, all that kind of stuff of the NFL draft, of the things that he saw player-wise. 4 Chiefs made the top 100. Do you guys think that's low? Do you think that's high? What did you think of that number? Remember, there's like 270 players drafted in all of this. 4 of them made the top 100 for the Chiefs.
And Chiefs only had 7 draft picks.
Yeah, so that's pretty good,
that's
right?
Great.
That's more than 50% of your draft picks making a list of the top 100 of the. Yeah, I thought that was a pretty big number, because then Woods Peter comes in at number 51 on that list. And that's where he was talking about, as we discussed earlier, playing defensive line as a pro better than he did in college.
So that's where we're going. That just became birth today.
It took this long. I'm surprised.
I know.
I mean as soon as they drafted the guy, I'm like, okay, here we go.
I love Cyrus Allen came in at number 99.
Yeah.
And I really like that. That's the receiver they took out
and
of
a drop
Cincinnati.
ain't one, I hope,
Yeah. And he mentioned his return skills and how long has it been really since Tyreek Hill? It's felt like since we've had a returner, maybe an occasional McCall
That's
Hardman.
a part that I forgot about was the return game, and then reading that about Cyrus Allen too. I'm like, oh, maybe we got a guy that can score.
Like, ooh, small 4'4" guy who can stretch the field. I'm like, I've seen that a million times. Ooh, he can return. Oh, okay, great. He's actually a good route runner. Oh, this guy could contribute right away. And that's what Louis Riddick said about this whole draft class. He said, guys, get ready. These Chiefs are going to play and they're going to start.
Yeah, and the other thing.
They absolutely killed it. All 7 of their draft picks are going to make their football team. All 7 of them, minus Garrett Nussmeier, are probably going to play. And they're going to play a lot. The defenders at the top of the draft between, Peter Woods, R. Mason, Thomas, to go along with Mansour. I mean, those guys are going to be absolute studs for this football team. Janie Kennedy, who they drafted out of Oregon, is going to be a guy who contends to play right away in the nickel position. And here you're getting a look at Mansour Delane, who their coaching staff on the defensive side of the football had rated very, 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 very high. And he was a must-have, and that's why Brett went up to get him. And then when you look at the bottom of their draft, look, I'll tell you this. Cyrus Allen, the wide receiver out of Cincinnati. Keep an eye out for him. And keep an eye out for an undrafted free agent who they got out of Cincinnati named Jeff Caldwell, who kind of looks like a baby Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, I don't get excited about undrafted guys and the fan favorites and the guys that the bringing stools and all this kind of stuff. But there's something about this Caldwell kid that kind of has me interested. Some people had him mocked in the 4th round, guys, and he fell all the way out of the draft and ended up being an undrafted free agent. And he's just a unique type of player that intrigues me a whole lot because of the size. If he was 6'1", whatever. But this guy being 6'5", man, I'm very interested to see what he's going to do.
Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, they've been competent size-wise. That's the
name
comp.
that keeps coming up.
We've been talking about it all week.
4'4",
yeah, 6'5".
the broad jump.
It's like
It scares me.
I hesitate to even say Calvin Johnson because I hate those comps. But if you're looking at size, he's the same size as Calvin Johnson. And that's where the comp should really end.
Is that one of the receivers that Chad O'Shea helped coach?
Yes. It is.
I know he's
Randy
got
Moss.
Randy Moss and Eric Bieniemy's got Adrian Peterson.
Right.
Yes.
That's great, man. So now he's gonna have Calvin Johnson.
Dude, yeah, exactly.
Hey, man, we give everybody credit. Zumi's got Sal
and Bobby.
No, I really hope Caldwell's awesome. I'm already I'm over it in 3 months when it's like, oh man, here's a guy, and it's a training camp video of him in shorts catching a one-handed pound. I'm like,
oh, it's coming.
It's going to be fast. Yeah. But I want you to mark the tape and keep the tape. Like, we've been talking about this guy since the day after the draft. It's not a training camp hero for us. It's a guy that we're like, I'm kind of intrigued by this kid, and I'm surprised he was not drafted. You know?
I am intrigued, but to your point, Bob, that you say all the time, the expectations with this guy are going to be way too high.
Way too high.
You just said Calvin Johnson.
Right. And that's why I'm hesitating every time I see something about that. The only thing that's comparable right now is the height. That is it. That is absolutely it. We're talking about a Hall of Famer in Calvin Johnson who was at the Pistons game last night. We're talking about that guy. He what?
Could have played
last night. Yeah, probably. Yeah, he could play right now in the NFL. So that's where the comps have to end. You can't say this guy's going to be Calvin Johnson because that's not fair to him either. Again, he was undrafted.
Yes.
He's going to be Calvin Johnson?
He is, yeah.
See, that's what I want to do. I want to take, like, the hype of, like, I want to make that a bit where people are always like, Royals, every year they upset me, and you guys tell me they're going to be good. I'm just going to start doing that towards Chiefs players drafted. Every year you told me John Ross was going to be great. What happened? You told me Sky Moore had tree trunks for legs. He could run routes and play like a running back, but play receiver. Huh. Now we're going to do this with Slade Caldwell?
Never heard of him.
Ben Maurer coming up next here on 96.5 The Fan. You're home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Tune in to hear Royals insider Josh Vernier every Monday at 8:20.
Professor Vernier sitting up here, bloviating.
On your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens. You know me. I love doing golf things. I love talking golf, playing golf, and I love having Surfside iced tea and lemonade plus vodka on the golf course, and you can do it too this season. It's light, refreshing, made with real vodka and zero bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. So this spring, look out for the brand new half and half variety pack featuring flavors like raspberry iced tea and lemonade, and oh yeah, blackberry iced tea and lemonade, because there's no bubbles, no troubles. Cheers to hitting the fairways, and cheers to Surfside. Must be 21 and older. Please drink responsibly.
DQ presents the $7 Meal Deal, a delicious meal serving up serious value. We're talking 100% white meat, seasoned chicken strips, full-size fries, a drink, and of course, a classic DQ sundae. Because come on, no meal is complete without a sweet treat. All for just $7. And now you can try it with the new honey sriracha dip. The DQ $7 Meal Deal, a satisfying meal full of big flavor for a great value. DQ, happy tastes good.
New treatments for joint pain are here. By now you've heard about regenerative medicine. If you're wondering if you're a good candidate, answer these questions. First, does chronic pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, or other joints keep you from doing the things you enjoy? Golfing, jogging, time with the family. Does it hurt doing the things you need to do? Like getting out of bed, sleeping, working, and walking. And finally, do you want to avoid surgery and all of the pain, long recovery, and uncertainty that comes with it? If you answered yes to any of those, you need to call QC Kinetics now. Learn about exciting advancements in regenerative treatments that can give you long-lasting pain relief with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. Get your free consultation today. Call QC Kinetics. That's QC Kinetics. Here's the phone number.
Call now, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. QC Kinetics, 816-412-6299.
If you own a small business, the pressure never lets up. Something's always coming at you. That's why business owners turn to LendSeek for funding.
I don't need promises. I need options. LendSeek's AI platform showed me real funding choices. Now I can cover payroll, handle taxes, and go after growth opportunities without the daily stress.
Up to $5 million with funding in as fast as 24 hours. No upfront costs. No prepayment penalties. Start ready, stay ready. LendSeek.com. LENDSEEK.com.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Spreadsheets, clunky software, 100 different logins just to run your business? Ah.
There's a better way. Odoo. One simple, connected platform that handles sales, inventory, accounting, and more, so you can focus on growing, not juggling. Make the switch today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Whether you're looking for a Bronco, an Explorer, an F-150, or even a commercial vehicle, Robside Ford has the selection.
That's right, Kevin. We've got it all. And we've got the lowest prices in Kansas City. No gimmicks, just great deals on every new Ford.
And it's not just inventory, it's how you do business. Robside Ford makes it very simple.
We do it different on purpose. Non-commissioned sales team, upfront transparent pricing, top dollar trade-in values, and a process that's actually easy.
You've even got the reputation to back it up, Bobby. Kansas City's only top-rated Ford dealer on Google. 4.8 stars, 3,000 reviews. Wow.
And this year, we're proud to be voted Best Car Dealership in KC by Kansas City Magazine.
So if you're ready for a better car buying experience,
come see us at 135th and State Line or check us out at robsight.com.
From Broncos to F-150s to work trucks, Robside Ford has what you need.
If you want simple and easy, you're not going to find a better spot.
Robside Ford. Buy right. Drive happy.
The countdown to the World Soccer Championship is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. From here, for wherever you are, that's the benefit of blue. Visit bluekc.com/benefit of blue for more information. You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
North KC, 29 southbound, a little sluggish from Armour down past 16th Avenue, then slows again from the Paseo into the downtown loop. Kansas side, 435 southbound, starting to check in slow from Johnson Drive down to Midland with construction. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
It is time to talk to our guy, Ben Maller of Fox Sports Radio. Of course, you can catch him overnights right here on 96.5 The Fan. And Ben, you've had a week now to analyze this draft. You've had a week to check out where all the players are going. Who's winning the Super Bowl based on what you saw in the draft?
Yes, well, the Raiders, based on all the hype, Tom Brady's a genius. Every pick was great. The Raiders are back, baby. Listen, I am not, as you know, it's good to be on with you guys. I look at the draft, and I have made the decision. I'm not a huge draft guy. I watched it. There were apparently 8 billion people there, according to the NFL, at the draft in Pittsburgh because they counted everyone 17 times. Why not? And all that. But no, listen, like the whole draft thing, it's like nature versus nurture. And I figured that out over the years, that it really doesn't matter who gets drafted, it's who coaches them and who can nurture them and turn them into good players. For example, the Rams and the 49ers getting absolutely killed for their drafts. Like, they didn't do that good. They're among the worst teams in the NFL at drafting this year. And yet I'm pretty confident that Sean McVay and Shanahan will figure some stuff out, and these guys will turn out to be good players, because all these guys drafted are great athletes. They're the fastest, strongest, all that stuff. So I believe in that. Or the Raiders, I don't know whether or not Kubiak's kid can coach or not. Yeah, those guys are all good college players. So what? You got to coach them a little bit in the NFL. So that's my position. And if I read one more draft recap, Bob, I'm going to poke my eyeballs out. That's what I'm going to do.
Well, that's what you're going to do, but it's interesting because the teams we usually goof on, the Raiders, the Jets, and the Browns, are all getting praise. Like, who are we goofing on after this draft?
I told you, we're goofing on the Rams. What else? The 49ers. There's a couple other teams that people are saying there's confusion. You don't know what you're doing. But as I've told I have a couple of friends who are big Jets fans. Like, these guys love to take a victory lap after the draft. And if you look back, Bob, at how many victory laps the Jets and the Browns to some extent have done, you would think they would have won at least 2 or 3 Super Bowls, considering how many times they have won the NFL draft. Unfortunately, there's a bit of nuance in it, and most of these guys will not turn out to be all that good. So, good luck on that. And I am still annoyed the Rams drafted a quarterback who they could have probably drafted in the second round, but instead they had to take him in the middle of the first round, which annoys me.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that the Browns and the Jets get considered to have a successful draft, and it's a year they neither take a quarterback, so good for them. Ben, you talked about Ty Simpson, so I want to bring that up because who do you believe? Do you believe in, like, the Sean McVay was acting like he was mad, but really the whole time he planned on taking Ty Simpson, and that he's going to be the guy that eventually links arms with them and they go down the yellow brick road of the Los Angeles Rams? Or what is this draft pick to you?
All right, so Dusty, I'm going to go deep state conspiracy. So my theory is that McVay was on board with Ty Simpson. He met with him and he liked him. There wasn't like apathy towards Ty Simpson. My theory is, though, they called Matthew Stafford the day of the draft and Stafford freaked out. That's my theory. And so that's why McVay put on the show, because he knew Stafford was like annoyed that they drafted this guy, and he just won the MVP, and it's coming back, and they're going to make another run for the Super Bowl and try to get there, get back to the NFC Championship game. And that's my theory, that McVay was doing that. That was performative by McVay. That was for Matthew Stafford. However, then like 2 days later, the story comes out that, well, yeah, there was this big recruiting thing, and they were going stealth bomber mode and cloak and dagger to meet with the quarterback. So, but I can't imagine that Stafford's happy about that. I can't, because he plays a couple of bad games in a row next season for the Rams, and it's gonna be like, well, we drafted Ty Simpson in the first round. You might as well put him out there. You put all that draft capital on this guy. Why are you not playing him there? And Stafford's gonna retire anyway, and you're not running some kind of online bake sale. So what are you doing?
Is there any other position in sports where this happens to all of them? Like, I feel like this, maybe not Peyton, but I feel like it definitely happened with Brady with Garoppolo. It happened with Roethlisberger. It happened with I guess it didn't happen with Elway. But it seems like all of them will eventually do this. Like, I don't know if it's like every great musical artist will have some sort of like law encounter or somebody gets arrested like your heroes do. But it seems like every single quarterback throughout time has something like this in their history.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it's the way they do business in the NFL and all that. It's the currency of the NFL. To me, if you draft a quarterback in the first round, you just throw him out there. You let him play. I realize the argument, obviously in Kansas City, where you guys are with Mahomes and all that.
Yeah, he's pissed they got Nussmeier. He's like, man, now there's going to be.
Oh, I know. Yeah. There you go. He should be exactly the 7th round pick.
The hell's this guy doing on my team?
How dare you? How dare you? Well, I'm glad that's actually a good pick, because once you watch Justin Fields play, you'll be like, this guy's not that bad. This guy should be our backup right now. Put him in if anything happens to Mahomes. But as far as like the whole quarterback, the hierarchy of quarterback conversation, Dusty, I I don't get drafting the guy in the first round and not playing him. Like, the whole point is you draft a guy in the first round, you should play him right away. And the Rams, especially a team like them that are going for it to try to win and get back to the Super Bowl, you could have gotten a stud defensive tackle or a great wide receiver and really improved your team right away. And if everything goes right, a guy like Ty Simpson is not going to play. So, like, what are you doing? If you took him in the second round, it would have been more palatable. I just don't like it. They didn't ask me. They should have asked me. It's a bad job by them.
Talking with Ben Maller here on 96.5 The Fan. Hey, we got our old friend alert, man. Deshaun Watson's got the lead on that spot there in Cleveland to be their starting quarterback. Your thoughts?
Yeah, well, it's just absolutely great. It's late April. It's almost May. So let's check back. We'll revisit this when we get to August and obviously September when things get going in the NFL and all that. The Browns, this just in, Bob and Dusty, they don't have a quarterback. Whether it's Deshaun Watson or whether it's Deion Sanders' kid who out there showboating around, it doesn't matter. They don't. Now, my deep state on this one, my conspiracy on this one is the Browns would really love Deshaun Watson to be the quarterback and have a couple of good games early in the season so they can trade him and unload him and send him somewhere else, because inevitably somebody's always going to get hurt, and they'd love to get something. It's like a salvage and recovery mission for the Browns. Do I put any value in a report that Deshaun Watson's in the lead to be the Browns quarterback? Absolutely not. No way. They'd love, if they could get rid of him right now and not have to pay him, they would absolutely get rid of him. Every man, woman, and child knows that. It's a hot mess. It's been a mess since he got there. They knew what they were getting into. So, yeah, I don't feel bad for the Browns at all. And why not put him out there? I don't think he's any good. He'll stink. And then they'll be back to Shadur Sanders, and that's the way that's going to go.
That's the way that'll go, and I like that conspiracy theory as well. This week in How the Vrabel Turns with Diana Rossini, Jordan Hudson has now inserted herself into the conversation. What have you taken away from this week's antics?
Yeah, I'm into it. I'm being lectured, though, Bob. My guys in Boston are busting my chops here. They're saying that I shouldn't talk about it. It's a nothing story. What are you doing? And I counter that by pointing out that the moment it is a nothing story is the moment that Page Six and TMZ stop paying for Mike Vrabel information. They're still cutting checks to buy photos and get insider information on these guys. And I'm into it. I think it's a fascinating story. It's wild that it went on for as long as it did and nothing came out. They tried to bury the story. Jordan Hudson now, she's in on it. She thinks there's this grand conspiracy involving the NFL and Chris Sims, and it's because of Vrabel and all that. And it's every day I sleep during the day, but when I get up, I know there's going to be something new with Mike Vrabel, and I imagine he's not out of the woods yet. The way I look at it, there's still something that could pop up where he ends up taking a sabbatical and not coaching the Patriots, at least for a year, takes a year off or something like that. That's still on the table. It's not off the table, but I'm into it. Standing ovation. I understand if you're not upset because you think, hey, people make mistakes. I get it. Does standing ovation for Mike Vrabel? Like, was that because he got away with it for 6 years, or what was that for, the standing ovation?
So you think he would actually be able to come back if he went away again? Because he got fired and then he got a second chance, and I don't know if anybody's blown a second chance more than he just has.
Well, the argument would be that, hey, they got to the Super Bowl, and in terms of the coaching stuff, he's great. So he's in very high esteem with the Patriots because of the success. They had a terrible couple of years prior to that. So, and he's a former Patriot and all that stuff. And so people love a comeback story, Dusty, right? You go to therapy for a little bit, you send some photos out of you hanging out with the family and you're back. Everything's great. And
yeah, but this is like round 3. If this was like the first time he had like left the NFL, I'd feel like that'd be okay. But this is like now your second chance where you took the Titans from crap to grace to back to crap, so they fired you. And then you go to New England where it's your dream job. You go to the Super Bowl. Like, literally, he's been the number 1 seed in the AFC as a Titans head coach. Fired. Super Bowl. shags, and then is going to probably have to eventually get out of the league. You think somebody would be like, you know what? I think he's cleared. I think he's good. Come on back, Vrabel. I just don't believe it.
Yeah. Well, the move would be he's got to stay with the pitch. You remember when Alex Cora got suspended by baseball for cheating with the Astros, and the Red Sox are like he resigned as manager of the Red Sox, and I don't even remember who filled in for him as manager for a year.
Don Mattingly.
Yeah, exactly. So they brought Cora back, right? Now I know this is different, but it's cheating. It's a different kind of cheating. There wasn't a woman involved, but trash cans. But yeah, I mean, you could see a scenario where he'd have to wait till like training camp, right before training camp, and then they could have. The only problem is the logical coach would be Josh McDaniels, and he's a former NFL coach, and he's also liked by the Kraft family. So that would be a little dicey because Kraft, if McDaniels did well, they just keep him around.
Well, the rumor is Tomlin.
Tomlin, yeah, that was the hot rumor I saw the other day. I love it.
For
our purposes?
But I want Tomlin with like the Cowboys there. How about Tomlin walking in with the Jets?
Oh.
That would be perfect with the Jets next year because that job will be open up next year.
Yeah, that job is definitely going to be open. Ben, we appreciate the time. 98 days to the Hall of Fame game. I know you're excited, and we'll talk to you again next week.
All right, thanks, guys.
There he is, our guy Ben Maller here on 96.5 The Fan.
One word.
First name is blank, and he goes on a cruise. He goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No. Ah!
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor. You get one word.
On the count of three, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2, 3.
Velociraptor.
This is one word on Fescoe and Dusty.
1, 2, 3.
Oatmeal raisin.
You better believe it. It's one word. It's brought to you by Maloney's, the Sand Trap, and the Landing. It is 3 great local spots that have delicious food, cold drinks, TVs galore, and you can watch all of your favorite sports teams. Today, the Royals play at 2:05, so you can get up there and watch a nice little afternoon game. Don't forget today's special at the Landing is $8 cheeseburgers and fries. Happy hour goes on from 3 to 7. What time I say that Royals game started? 2?
That's perfect.
How you doing?
Woo!
Live music is on the outdoor patio from 7 to 10. A little chilly. Bring a little over jacket or a little coat, little quarter zip.
And you're set.
After you've had a cheeseburger and fries for $8. Happy hour starts at 3, goes until 7. Then you can go outside and check out the live music. All of that at the Landing today because it's Thursday.
Smash.
It's one word brought to you by Maloney's, the Sand Trap, and the Landing. Mac Morey, take it away, please.
All right, let's get to it. You guys know me. I got to put some respect on my guy's name, Chris Jones. This came from NFL Researcher on X, formerly Twitter. Most quick pressures in 2025 per Next Gen Stats. Who comes in the top 10 at number 10 other than our guy, Chris Jones, with 24 quick pressures in 2025? I thought he sucked. I thought he was washed. One word on Chris Jones.
Sacks. What's that number?
Not as high.
Okay.
My one word is static because of what they did in the draft. Armore Thomas, Woods Peter, and now you add Chris Jones to that defensive line with all those pressures. Something has to give. I don't think they missed out on both of these guys. Even if one of them is great, then we have something here with Chris Jones to maybe get the floodgates open because he still may not get the sack number you want, but if those pressure numbers are there, somebody better.
And it's not just those two guys that they drafted. They signed that guy in the offseason from New England with Tonga, right?
Kyrie Tonga.
They got him. They still have 2 rookies from last year that, kind of one at least came on at the end of the season.
The other one got hurt.
And the other one got hurt. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They got the cornerback that can lock up receivers. Give you more time.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Chris Jones should benefit from all of the help that they got alongside of him on that defensive line this year. And if he doesn't get the sacks and somebody else does, it's still a win.
Exactly.
Somebody on that D line this year has got to get close to double-digit sacks. Again, double digits a big number, but you're a defensive lineman. You're Chris Jones. You're one of these guys. Somebody ought to be pushing 9 or 10 sacks this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no excuses. I completely agree. We've got enough depth and enough talent there now.
Right. It's time to get some sacks. We've invested now in that defensive line. It's the speed rush, hard hit rate. It's all nice when you're losing.
Yeah, and if Karlaftis is a second late or a step short one more time, man, I got to see him finish. Let's go.
Yeah, he's
Grab
got to
off that
finish
jersey.
too. Yeah, it's time.
Yeah, exactly. One guy who's gotten sacked and pressured quite a bit in his time since coming back and playing when he does is Deshaun Watson. It looks like he's going to be on track to start for the Cleveland Browns, start the season. Benjamin Solak comes out with this stat. There have been 907 seasons of at least 200 passing attempts this century. 907 seasons. Deshaun Watson's 2024 season ranks 902nd in yards per dropback. Out of 907 seasons, his 902nd. He's torn his Achilles twice since that season.
That means he's not able to throw the deep ball, is exactly what that's telling you. I saw that stat yesterday. I went, oh, God. The one word is Browns, because the fact that they're even dealing with this guy and just not moving on, I understand that there's money involved, but it's not like we're talking about Patrick Mahomes here, who you're going to give every opportunity to play, or Joe Montana or Tom Brady. We're talking about America's creep, Deshaun Watson, who has failed off the field and clearly isn't getting the job done on the field. I just don't know why the Browns continue to play these reindeer games. Oh, I do, because of the money.
Yeah, time. As in it's Shador's time. Just let him do it. Let him be the quarterback. Deshaun Watson sucks.
Yep.
He's not going to make you better.
No, he's going to make you worse.
Much worse.
He already has.
Yes.
Well, unless that's what you're trying to do, though, to get into the top 4, because you start to look at mock drafts for next year. The top 4 picks are all quarterbacks as of this point in time. So maybe the Browns want to try to play Deshaun Watson the tank so they can get into the top 4 for a quarterback. Because if you're not in the top 4 next year, you're not getting quarterback.
Yeah, exactly right. It's going to be a big juxtaposition from this draft as far as the top 10 and how many quarterbacks are taken. On Get Up, they started their show with a segment called Arch Madness. Already talking about Arch Manning and if he'll be the number one.
I've already seen one that said he's going to go number 2, and the quarterback from Miami is going to go number 1 overall to the Dolphins.
Oh, wow. That would be sick. Miami's quarterback. Okay, so he'll be new this year, obviously, because Carson Beck. Yeah, I'll have to see who that is. Okay, great. How about this? From quarterback to quarterback, Bo Nix had a follow-up cleanup procedure after his fractured ankle. It's not rare or unexpected from Ian Rappaport. He's still expected to be ready for the season. And then Andrew Filipponi, have a little conspiracy theory from him, the Pittsburgh reporter. Bo Nix' injury and recovery is worse than originally feared. Now the Steelers are worried Aaron Rodgers might weigh an offer from the Broncos, thus the tender offer yesterday to protect themselves in the event he leaves them high and dry. What do you think of that conspiracy? One word.
Love. Yeah, I love that conspiracy theory because, well, it's a conspiracy theory, and I love conspiracy theories, but it makes a lot of sense when you think about it on the surface. Why did they sign him to that non-tendered contract or whatever it was? It was very odd. A lot of people are starting to kind of connect the dots a little bit. Some thought Arizona could be a possible spot. But the one word that I will use for Bo Nix, scary. The one word that I will use for us is schadenfreude. I don't know. I kind of look at that and go, you guys told us how great Bo Nix was. He played great last year, and now he's already had 2 surgeries this offseason. There really hasn't been a peep from Denver this offseason. Do you guys notice that? I have not heard really anything since the season ended from the Denver Broncos and their football coach, because I think they know right now they have a quarterback issue out in Denver.
Well, I think they also maybe have learned from their mistakes, because they were awfully loud once they lost that AFC Championship game. All we heard was Sean Payton this and blaming this and being a Richard this way. Probably best they're not doing a lot of talking. They were very loud and very not proud of what they were doing, and so now it's probably good that they have nipped what in the bud. But did you see the picture of Bo's leg?
Yeah, nasty.
I did not like that.
Not good.
Dude.
It's got a weird bend.
It's not great, but he's a professional athlete who has a lot of great professional help, so I'm sure he'll be fine in starting week 1, and Aaron Rodgers will be in Pittsburgh starting for them week 1.
How about this? This was super cool.
Exactly, Dusty.
Yeah, I would assume so as well. Yes. This was awesome. I don't know if you guys saw this from Boise State football. There's a great video, too. It doesn't work for audio, but great visuals honoring Kellen Moore and Ashton Jeanty, 2 of the maybe the best players in their school's history.
Yeah.
Instead of, retiring jerseys, how about we do this? Our field's blue. Let's paint the 2 yard line and the 11 yard line, just those yard markers, orange in honor of their jersey numbers. One word.
Cool. That's the word I'll use. That was really awesome to see them do something different than retiring the jersey number. Now, is that something that's going to be permanent going forward? Like the 2 and the 11 will always be that color? Are they going to do that for all of their guys? Because those 2 guys right there, I would think they've earned their jerseys to be retired. I mean, Shador had his retired.
Number. Yeah, and jersey. Yeah, both.
Yeah.
Isn't that the same thing?
Same thing.
Numbers retired. But
Well,
jersey,
no,
jersey.
they retire the jersey because they can't, like, they don't retire numbers in the NFL, really. I remember the first experience I had with this, they gave somebody number 68, and I said to the Chiefs, like, what the hell are you doing giving somebody 68? I mean, Will just walked out the door. They're like, if we retired every number, we wouldn't have any left. I'm like, oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
So I think I know of 2 that are retired for the Chiefs. 16 and 58.
16, it's not technically retired, but nobody wears it.
It's retired. Like, not, yeah, like what Bob says. Like, yeah, I'll do number 16.
No, you
What's
won't.
that?
Yeah, exactly.
16. Try again. Well, it says it's not retired. Again, try again.
I don't know about you guys. Like, when you see 88 out there, it still makes me feel weird. I'm like, wait a second, that's Tony Gonzalez, or even 10.
Like 7 next year.
Yeah, well, because that's going to be back in the rotation before you know it, right?
It's the most popular. Whatever tight end's going to want that number.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, not here. I mean, if you're the next tight end here, you don't want to wear 87 though, because you got to live up to that guy.
Yeah, 15's retired. Nobody wearing that number again.
Better be.
No, I mean, no one's wearing that number again. Not a chance. Not a chance.
Nope.
And there's a chance that 7's retired for the Royals.
I'd be in support of that.
13 too. 13. That'll never get worn again for the Royals.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Baseball, you can retire those numbers.
Yeah.
Like the Yankees are running out. But even still, you can retire numbers in baseball, like 25 guys on your roster, 26 guys. In football, you got a 53-man roster and essentially a 90-man roster. It's like you need all these numbers. So you got to have them out there. Quarterback is Darian Mensah from Miami, who Bleacher Report projected number 1 to the Miami Dolphins.
Gotcha.
I never heard of that guy.
Can't make it up. I don't know if people are taking shots at Rossini. Annie Agar, is that how you say her name?
Annie Agar?
Agar. So she's content creator, NFL correspondent, whatever.
Oh, no.
She takes a picture of herself. Well, she does. She's a picture of herself in the ocean. And it says, solo travel is the best. Mike Vrabel should try it sometime. So then she gets quote tweeted from Thomas Sullivan, who says, well, who took the picture, Annie?
Oh, geez.
Coming up next, Smash or Pass. There's a big race this Saturday. Plus, there's a new chip line coming out from Lay's that I want to get Bob's attention on. It's in the dock, fellas. Get yourself some insight before we talk about it next on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Smash. This is Fescoe and Dusty.
Brett Veach has the most underrated chest I've ever seen.
On your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At Heartland Men's Health, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combinative treatments that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both you and the one you love, perhaps performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and find out why our advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Your first visit is just $99 and gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. Heartland Men's Health, advanced medical science to improve men's lives.
Hello, Kansas City. Bank of America, in partnership with Visa, invites you to a FIFA World Cup 26 watch party. Open an eligible Bank of America checking account in participating financial centers only for an opportunity to reserve 2 complimentary tickets while supplies last. Experience special musical guests, games, giveaways, food, and more, all at a legendary venue. Learn more at BofA.com/BofA Visa Watch Party. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 26. Bank of America NA, member FDIC. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this ad for your morning commute to wake you up, which could help your driving. Science says that stimulating the brain increases alertness. So here's a pop quiz. How many months have 28 days? What gets wetter as it dries? What has keys but can't open locks? If you don't want to hear the answers, turn off this Liberty Mutual ad now. 12 months, a towel, piano. Enjoy being fully alert.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
In a world in need of a hero, one man rises to the challenge in style. He is...
just
driving the kids to soccer practice.
Make every day feel epic in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid with up to an EPA-estimated 619 miles of range on select trims, advanced tech, and class-leading interior space. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
And hey, come on, no cleats on the seats.
You know that Chick-fil-A sells more than chicken, right?
Hello, my name is Jaleesa, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit is how it's all of my favorite breakfast items in one good bite. That fluffy egg, that melty cheese with that perfectly grilled sausage. It just gives you that warmth, that comfort food that you love. It is the best possible option for a classic breakfast.
Comfort is calling. Order a Chick-fil-A sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit with Simply Orange Juice on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonial.
Hey, it's Tyler Reddick and Bubba Wallace from 2311 Racing. On the track, every second counts. And off the track, the same rules apply. Just fewer pit stops. That's why we're spinning into Chumba Casino. From social live casino to slot masters, the action's fast, fun, and totally free. Rack up points, climb the leaderboard, and take home bragging rights. Play anytime, anywhere. No downloads needed. Join the race at ChumbaCasino.com. Let's Chumba.
Sponsored by VGW Group. No purchase necessary. See terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Must be over 21, present in the state where it's legal to play.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
DQ presents the $7 Meal Deal, a delicious meal serving up serious value. We're talking 100% white meat, seasoned chicken strips, full-size fries, a drink, and of course, a classic DQ sundae. Because come on, no meal is complete without a sweet treat. All for just $7. And now you can try it with the new honey sriracha dip. The DQ $7 Meal Deal, a satisfying meal full of big flavor for a great value. DQ, happy tastes good.
There's nothing like the sound of Royals baseball. When the boys in blue take the field, loyal fans tune in, turn it up, and stay connected. And where do Kansas City's most passionate sports fans gather? Right here on 96.5 The Fan. Sports fans are loyal fans. They support the teams they love and the businesses that support their team. If you're ready to grow your business and connect with a dedicated, engaged audience, call 816-522-0444 or email greg.bergen@odyssey.com. That's greg.bergen@odyssey.com.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Northland, 35 southbound, heavy past Vivian, then just sluggish from the Shoto Traffic Way. You get down onto 29, and it's heavy at their Armour, down to 16th Avenue, slow again across the bridge to Front Street, just some off again, on again, heavy stuff into downtown. 169 Highway southbound, slows at 29, stays heavy to Briarcliff. Kansas side, 635 northbound, pretty slow from K5 to the bridge with construction. Allen Carr, 96 pound, The Fan, traffic.
Back at it. It is Smash or Pass time, so it's time we get to give away a $50 Booth Creek Wagyu gift card. So when you hear this drop,
oh God,
you have a chance at a $50 gift card for Booth Creek Wagyu. Booth Creek Wagyu sponsoring Smash or Pass. Casey's Best Steaks now with 2 locations, 95th at Knoll and 135th at Metcalf. Also brought to you by Shawnee Mission Ford, on a mission to do more. Online at ShawneeMissionFord.com. So when you hear Bob say that, oh God, drop, you have to call in, be caller number 5. You got to tell Mac that he's awesome. And
Mac's awesome.
You got to say, Mac, I feel bad yesterday. The boss put you in a bad spot with the Royals manager. I'm here for you. Because his ass will be here at 9 o'clock sitting down to take all the heat.
Damn right. Get ready, Spec.
Yeah, baby. All right, Smash or Pass. I teased it with these bags of chips. It's got Bob Fescoe written all over it, I think. It's World Cup edition. So, Lay's has new sort of, they look like kettle chips is what I'm going to say they are. But the first bag they are giving out, or that they are going to send out into the world, Argentinian-style steak with chimichurri chips.
Yeah, pass on all of these. Yeah, hard pass.
Ooh, okay.
And the reason I say that is because when we were in Greece, they had all different flavors of potato chips. And, of course, I purchased, just about every one because they were different. They all stunk. They had shrimp cocktail flavored chips. It tastes like ketchup.
Ew.
They had like honey baked ham flavored chips. No. Like maybe one here or one there. An entire bag of these weird random flavors is just too much for me.
Yeah, they look like little sandwich-style bags. They don't look like the huge ones that you get. One of them is Brazilian-style garlic sauce. What is Brazilian-style garlic sauce?
I don't know what that is.
I feel like that'd be pretty good.
Yeah, garlic chip could be really good.
Yeah, and then the other one is the Wavy Lays, and it is a French onion soup.
Now that seems like that's a hit to me.
Yeah, but don't we have that already with the French onion dip and the regular chip? I don't know. You're putting the flavoring into the chip. You don't need the dip. I understand that. I don't know. I just know I've been burned a lot on these different flavored chips, and I'm like, I'm out. They're for other people maybe, but that just didn't work for me.
I didn't think about that. Yeah, you could dip the French onion chip in the French onion dip. That'd be crazy.
But that's like double French onion, man. That's like overkill of the French onion.
That's a lot.
You get the flavored chip, you don't necessarily need the dip.
No, you'll need double gum after that, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not really my favorite chip, I think, as I've gotten older, is just the baked Lays.
I love baked Lays.
There's something just good about a regular Lay's chip. I mean,
I hate those.
I like the sour cream and cheddar Lay's chips. Those are really good. The baked chips are not for me. I think those are terrible. But just a regular potato chip is good. I feel like with the baked chip, I'm eating something that's just not right. I don't know. I don't like the texture. I don't like the flavor of those. Just give me the regular chip if I'm going to chip.
Have you had a baked Cheeto?
No.
They're amazing.
That's my favorite chip, is a baked Cheeto. And I don't know about the texture thing. Maybe it's going to have that same sort of baked feel for you, but I love it.
Yeah, the baked Lays just
want to eat this there, because this feels like stuff that you got to have if you're up in that suite area, where Tom Brady sits all the time.
I feel like that's only where this is at.
I feel like it is too, right?
I don't put myself in the middle of the track when I see the names of these foods. I mean, for God's sakes, the next is a kale salad with cider sauerkraut vinaigrette.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm out on that.
Well, kale as a salad, horrible. But kale in like a, what is it, like the zuppa? That's like famous at Olive Garden. Everybody now has their own home recipe.
Oh,
where you put the kale, sausage, potatoes, very good soup.
Yeah.
And they put the kale in like as early as possible so it softens. I don't like crunchy stuff like romaine all the way until I die. But I mean, yeah, I assume I'm sitting here, I'm looking next to like Bartholomew from like some rich town in Louisville, and he's like, "Oh, you got the old fashioned." Yes, and I got the green goddess pasta salad. What did you go with? Farm stand vegetables with assorted dips?
Yeah, pass. I'm out on that. Like, I swear to
Something
God,
here doesn't belong.
Yeah, this menu to me just okay, a pretzel board. I'm in on that.
Yeah, I
That's
wanna know
very
more about
simple. I
that.
need to know more. Is there mustard? Is there cheese?
Yes.
Is there dipping sauces?
Yes.
All that
All the
kind of
above.
stuff, right?
Yes.
I'm in on that. Are you in on char-grilled short ribs with pomegranate and fennel?
Yes, fennel is a nice addition to stuff like that. You don't even really notice
is
it
it?
gives a little pop. It's like a little herb.
Okay.
It's like a thin green herb.
Sounds great.
I think it has it's plain tasting.
Yeah.
It's not like the one that you're thinking of that has the licorice bob is the not leeks. What am I thinking of? Maybe it is fennel that tastes a little bit like black licorice.
But yeah, charred short ribs. With
Yeah.
little pomegranates. You get that salty, that nice little
It does,
like
Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah, fennel is the one that
Yeah,
tastes like
it does.
black licorice. Yeah. So I would like to keep that off. Grilled short ribs, I'm in. I don't need that other stuff. Just like the honey bourbon grilled chicken, great. I don't need the roasted peach chutney on top.
I
though.
would take that for sure.
Yeah,
That bourbon
I'm out
and
on
peach,
that.
That's that like old fat. Then you drink that with an old fashioned.
You just give me the chicken. Bob's just saying,
Yeah, just give me the honey bourbon chicken, grilled chicken. I'd be great with that. Just like the Kentucky barbecued shrimp and fava bean relish.
Yeah.
Silence of the Lambs. Do you have a glass of Chianti with that?
No, you have either a margarita, a mint julep, or a Spire, the three drinks that they're offering.
I will say, since like Bob is pissed all over this food that we're doing in Smash or Pass, I will piss all over the mint julep.
Yeah, I'm not in on that. That's too sweet.
It's a horrible cocktail.
Yeah.
Now, I know the one of the Kentucky Derbies, like, bougie as all hell because it's got, like, actual 24-karat gold in it. It's got, like, ice from Antarctica. The bourbon's from, like, a distillery that's, like, deep in the roots of Louisville. And the mint's from Kentucky. So it's, like, all this, like, imported great stuff. And it's, what, like, $8,000 or something stupid to drink it. We used to make them all the time as bartenders because the Kentucky Derby is so fun when you work in the restaurant
I bet
industry.
it is, yeah.
Because what we do is we go around to all the servers. Hey, $2 to get in. You can draft a horse's name. You can get in until all the horses are gone. So everybody goes in for $2. There's 16 horses that race in this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Put it all in the hat, and then fans come in and they sit at the bar and I'll do a mint julep. I'm like, I never had one of these. Oh my God, this is horrible. It's not great.
Would you do the Woodford Reserve Spire, which is a half a cup of bottled lemonade, 3 ounces of Woodford Reserve bourbon, quarter cup of cranberry juice cocktail, crushed ice, and a lemon peel twist?
Sounds incredible.
That sounds good.
Sounds
right?
amazing.
That sounds very refreshing.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'd smash that for sure.
Absolutely.
Whew. See, that's a nice drink. That's a good one, maybe a second. And then you don't need it anymore. I would smash all over that. A little lemonade, a little bourbon. Also, Woodford, very good bourbon. You still drink the brown?
A little bit here and there.
Yeah.
I don't drink that much anymore, though.
Yeah, we're out of whiskey season. Now we're into rose brose season. You got to be caller number 5. You heard the drop.
Oh, God.
You get caller number 5. You tell Mac he's awesome.
Mac's awesome.
There it is. And then you got to tell him, hey, man, I feel so bad for you yesterday. The boss put you in a bad place with that Royals manager, and we're here for you, Max. So
get bent.
Caller number 5, you got a chance at a $50 Booth Creek Wagyu gift card because Booth Creek Wagyu, KC's best steaks, now with 2 locations and 95th and Knoll and 135th and Metcalf, plus Shawnee Mission Ford on a mission to do more online at ShawneeMissionFord.com. That is Smash or Pass. Coming up next, LeBron versus MJ. Oh, my, I'm ready for this. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Hey, it's Vinny Pasquantino, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2 are here to help everybody in Kansas City. That's their job. That's their mission, to build strong partnerships between members, business partners, customers, and community. And there's absolutely no cost to become a partner contractor with the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2. If you're an HVAC contractor, they'll provide a flexible workforce for your project demands, timelines, and those economic conditions. And the Sheet Metal Workers will help adjust the size, the skills, and deployment of your workforce to maximize effectiveness during the times you need it the most. And now that gives you the power to bid every project that suits your business model. And at the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2, they'll provide the best trained manpower specifically for the HVAC industry, along with training for your current employees. And there's no downside. It is completely free with zero obligation. It's just straightforward information on how they can help you grow your business and your profit margins. The Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2. We're an old union with a new perspective on business. Learn more at sheetmetal2.org.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-518-3899. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-518-3899. That's 800-518-3899. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hi, I'm Emily, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company, where fine jewelry is always crafted with care no matter the price. Mother's Day, birthdays and graduations, weddings and anniversaries, the new job you got, and even the one you didn't. Give a birthstone necklace, a heart-shaped locket made in Italy, or high-quality diamond studs you can trade up every year. At Shane Company, we have something for everyone, because a friend wants you to win the gifting game. Visit us in store or at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
There's nothing like the sound of Royals baseball. When the boys in blue take the field, loyal fans tune in, turn it up, and stay connected. And where do Kansas City's most passionate sports fans gather? Right here on 96.5 The Fan. Sports fans are loyal fans. They support the teams they love and the businesses that support their team. If you're ready to grow your business and connect with a dedicated, engaged audience, call 816-522-0444 or email greg.bergen@odyssey.com. That's greg.bergen@odyssey.com.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Northland, 169 highway southbound, very heavy from 29 down past Briarcliff. 9 highway, also very slow at Briarcliff down towards the 169 interchange. East side, 70 westbound, so from Manchester Traffic Way past 31st Street. Kansas side, 635 southbound, solid from Gibbs to I-35. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Look out for Max Minute on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. This is Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
8 o'clock dot. Here on a Thursday. It looks beautiful outside. Royals play today at 2:05 our time. That means Josh Turner hits the airwaves at 1 p.m. So Cody and Gold from 10 until 3. I'm sorry. It's going to be Gold and Binkley.
Gold and Binkley in today,
It looks like it. Jay's behind you. Getting into stuff he probably doesn't need to be getting into, Jay.
Yeah.
I'm watching. I know you're listening, Jay. There you go. There you go, Jay. Don't even get in Scott Parks' desk.
There's juice all over the place.
Again, you know,
He's turning it on right now.
Jay, look at me, Jay.
Jay, stop touching that.
Jay, eye contact. Turn around. Look at me. Hear my eyes and see my voice. Feel my ears and see his face.
That is an illegal website the company has recently banned, Jay.
Boobs are so magical.
Boobs are magical.
Boobs are great.
Royals played today 2:05. Lose last night. Going for the series win against those first place A's. We need it. There it is. Look at
There it is. 14-second delay. Got it.
15 seconds. That's my guy.
There he is.
Oh, man.
It happens all the time.
So you'll get him on the show a little bit later. He'll be, I believe, with Alex today. So I do find this kind of interesting. We're doing Smash or Pass, right? We're talking about food and stuff. Somebody texted the text line. It was like, the other day I was in my office and I was eating Flamin' Cheetos, right? And his boss came in and goes, man, you know how bad that is for your cholesterol? And he's like, man, like, mind your own business. Like, I just never understand people have to be like, oh.
Especially a boss. Like, is that appropriate at the office to say that to an employee?
That's
it
crazy.
is 2026. I mean, it doesn't offend me, but I mean, I'm sure somebody out there probably got offended by that. Like, if you're a boss, you can't say that.
Yeah, you said they prefer crunchy Cheetos, but they were eating puffy Cheetos. And she ruined his vibe.
Cheeto Puffs are great, man. Live your life.
I said, you should have said back like, hey, Nancy, go get your rice cakes and kale salad. Leave me the hell alone. Everybody can have a cheat day. So LeBron and MJ debates will happen until the end of time.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And he'll never be Michael Jordan. Sorry. Conversation over. No, I kid. Like, I don't know. And the one, I think, thing that we always do, and I'm so happy that we have 3 different people in this show that are from 3 different decades. Because, like, football was not football that it was when I was 10, when Bob was.
Dominates every waking minute, you know?
Like it is today, right? So, like,
nothing like it is today.
87, you're like prime LT. You got, like, the Giants are great. The Niners had just come off their big run. And the Cowboys were getting ready to wake up.
Yeah,
right?
they were getting ready to wake up. The Redskins were really good back in those days. I mean,
me, 10 years old.
Jets were actually good.
1997, right? This is where I'm at. Tony G's a rookie.
Yeah.
So if that's what you guys want to know, Tony G's a rookie. The Chiefs are 13-3. Dana Hughes, I think, was like in his like 3rd year. And football was on the come. Right? It was getting there. Like
they took over after 94, after the strike.
Yeah, and Brett Favre is alive and well. He's like everybody's favorite player that I'm friends with. Like it's the Packers, and then John Elway, get this one's for John.
Yeah.
2007, McMorray is 10 years old. Boy, is football where it's at. So the times change. So the greats change. Like Troy Aikman, 3-time Super Bowl winner, like the 20th best quarterback of all time now.
If that.
Right? Basketball is the same way that LeBron kind of referred to this. Mac, I'll let you take this away because, like, Jordan is always considered the great. Well, Jordan played back when they played defense and they didn't flop. You know, like that sort
they
of
played a lot of defense back in those days, and they beat the crap out of you, too.
Yeah. And you can watch Orlando and Detroit. They play really good defense. Cleveland and
Beat the crap out of each other too.
Cleveland and who they played last night, no defense. That game was
Nuts.
That game was 193 at the start of the third quarter.
It was ridiculous.
What in the world?
That was in playoffs. That was
the
crazy.
over-under at halftime was 253 and a half at halftime.
That's absurd.
So debate is, well, the games are different. I'm different. He's different. There can never be I don't know.
Yeah, somebody asked him about this yesterday, about comparing himself to Michael Jordan again, which, I mean, I guess we're starting to get and it's a great conversation because everybody has an opinion about it. I guarantee it'll be one of the most talked about things on our text line. Who's better, MJ or LeBron? And everybody has an opinion on that, right?
The Broadway show?
What's that?
The Broadway show?
Yes, the Broadway show.
LeBron, the Broadway?
Yeah.
Oh, he fell again?
Yeah, he did. He fell. Oh, look at LeBron. Not playing. No, I'm kidding.
Someone grab his crown.
So MJ versus LeBron is going to be the conversation as old as time. There is no right answer to this. And I got to the point yesterday where I thought to myself, you know what? We're having this damn debate. And I'm actually a unique individual in all of this because I'm of the age, and my friends are of the age, we got to see Jordan and LeBron in their prime when we were in our prime as sports fans. When you're in high school and in college and in your early 20s, that's your prime as a sports fan. You start to lose it as you get older. But when you're watching it every single day and you're invested in every moment because you're watching with the boys and hanging out, I just realized this yesterday. I was in high school and college when Michael Jordan was in his prime.
I know that I'm hard.
And then I was a young adult, really, when LeBron James was in his prime. I got to witness the prime of both of them, the two greatest basketball players ever. I got to witness their prime in my prime. And I thought about this yesterday. I'm like, I'm really kind of grateful that happened because, Mac, you didn't see Jordan play.
Nope.
You didn't see Jordan really play Dusty until you were young, but it was my prime when you have memories and you're able to recall moments and see these things happen in your early adult life. I had the chance to watch both of these guys in their prime, and I'm done trying to decide who was better. I'm just grateful that I got to watch the two best basketball players in their prime, in my prime, and I don't think I could say that about any other sport where I got to watch the two greatest of all time in their prime while I was in my prime.
Yeah, I get to kind of piggyback on that. I get Brady, Mahomes, and Manning. Because, like, Peyton, was a rookie in 97?
Yep.
So I was 10. So by the time he hits his prime, I'm 13, 14.
Yeah, maybe 98, but yeah.
Yeah, 98. That's right.
98's right. Yeah.
So then by the time I'm 13, 14, Peyton's there. Brady's there. And then Mahomes, I'm 25, 26. So, like, that's all there for me. Every East Bay magazine had LeBron on it. We watched St. Mary's St. Vincent play on ESPN, which was wild to watch.
That was crazy, a high school team on ESPN,
awesome.
yeah.
It was awesome. I mean, I literally got to watch a kid that was 2 years older than me that was going to be the number one overall pick and the next Michael Jordan. And he lived up to the hype.
And he did
it. He did. No, he did, because there's so many guys that didn't live up to the hype, man. So many guys.
And he talks about
he didn't just live up to the hype. He dominated the hype.
He's 41 and he's still great. Like it's unbelievable. And he talks about just how this GOAT debate does what I hate in sports is we're losing sight of it. Like you said, Bob, we're losing respect for both these guys by having this debate. These are the two best basketball players of all time. And you're right, there is no incorrect answer. You could give a very good and justified argument for either of these guys being the GOAT.
Right.
And both would be valid and both would be awesome. He talks about him being unfairly criticized. And I got to say, I agree with him. He goes, I almost feel like, is it because it's me? Everybody has something to say about my career. He made 8 straight finals, but he was only able to win 3. He's the leading scorer in NBA history, but he's played 23 years. Yeah, but I'm also the fastest to 1,000, fastest to 2,000, fastest to 5,000, and fastest to 10,000 points. So when I started realizing it was just a knock on me, I started to appreciate it a little bit more. And I was like, let's go, dude. That got me going.
But I'll listen to that comment and I'll go, and that's why Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time, because I've never heard Michael Jordan once go through his resume and tell everybody why he's the greatest.
Oh, he does do that.
He does? I've never heard it.
So I will say this.
So find it for me. I'd love to hear it. I could be totally wrong about that.
Yeah.
If the game is different, the media coverage is different.
Absolutely.
The last dance was that, Bob. That's it. The last dance is that.
He talked about in the MVP season he lost to Karl Malone, like what he did. The other thing, too, is that like LeBron lives in a world where media is a lot more stronger. There's a lot more outlets.
Oh, yeah.
And again, that's why I think that when you have this conversation, you could nitpick every single thing in the world. Well, Jordan didn't play for a year, and look what his numbers would have been. He didn't play for a year because he got suspended. No, he retired to go play baseball. Bull
2 years.
crap. Yeah, he stepped away for 2 years because he was told by David Stern, hey, man, I can't make you a bad guy because you're too much of a face, and you literally rejuvenated my league and my label and my brand. Is there something we can like work out? Well, I always wanted to play baseball. And what's even more impressive is he went to go play baseball and he had 246 average.
Yeah.
Like,
nuts.
he didn't even play baseball. Went out there and hit 246.
But then came back and won 3 more titles.
Correct.
He did after losing a playoff series to the Magic, which everyone just decides to forget. Oh, never lost.
Correct.
Nope,
Right.
he did. He did. He wore number 45, I believe it was, and
Yeah.
lost to the
And
Shaq
that's why he
and
switched
Penny
back to number
Hardaway.
23 and then ended up winning 3 more titles after that. So, yeah, I mean, like the Michael Jordan career arc is unbelievable. I mean, it's wild. He left the sport and came back.
And I don't believe that was a Eastern Conference Finals against the Magic either. I think they would go on to lose to the Houston Rockets, and the Houston Rockets would go on to win the NBA title. Because Olajuwon and
They couldn't lose to the Houston Rockets.
They lost him in the
conferences.
finals. Yeah. Lost him in the finals.
Lost him in the finals.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know when they lost to the Magic, though.
My bad.
I don't know when they lost to the Magic, though.
Yeah.
96.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't know
Or
if
no,
it was
96 the
ECF.
Bulls won.
I don't know if it was
Oh,
ECF.
yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, it would have
'cause-
been 93, 94 were the
And then the
years
one
that-
thing that always trumps Jordan over LeBron is every finals Jordan went to, he never lost.
Yeah, that's what LeBron
6
talks
and
about.
6.
Well, it's like I went to more. Like,
Yeah.
So you want me to rather me lose?
But there's also nobody to really compare LeBron to back in the day. Or not LeBron, Michael Jordan. Yeah. When he was doing it, you weren't comparing him to anybody because he was doing things that we had never truly seen before. LeBron has a guy who did it before him at an insane level, so you can make those comps. Jordan was unique and new and different.
It's the battle that Mahomes will have to face, man.
He'll
never be Brady.
He'll never be Brady. No, and look, and then he'll never be Joe Montana either in those instances. I mean, so that's when you start to look at the greats of all time. Like some people would put Joe Montana in that category. But I think really when you're debating the NBA, and it is these two guys. It just is. And people can have their say over the Wilt Chamberlains and the Bill Russells and all of this. At the end of the day, it always comes back to Jordan and LeBron.
I'm with this texter. Jordan Space Jam clears LeBron Space Jam, and it's not particularly close.
Yeah.
That's the deciding factor.
Smash.
That's it.
See, there you go. Jordan, 6-0 in the NBA Finals, 6 Finals MVPs. Perfect. Yep.
And there's that, too. I mean, that's kind of cool.
It's very cool.
I mean, 6 Finals, 6 wins, 6 MVPs. You can't do much more.
And both of them were 3 straight. Yeah, Jordan's the
absurd.
greatest of all time. Coming up next, we'll ask Nate Taylor. I'm kidding. We'll talk to Nate Taylor as he recaps the final evaluation of this draft for the Kansas City Chiefs here at 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, if you want your lawn looking awesome, then you need to call my friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control because they did an unbelievable job turning our lawn from nothing into something that is absolutely spectacular. It's a lawn that we're actually proud of, really for the first time since we've lived in our house. And they took over last year and turned our lawn from weeds and dirt and just awful grass into something that is beautiful and something that we can be proud of every single day, and a lawn that has our neighbors looking at us with envy every single day as well. They're like, where did the weeds go? Where did the dead spots go? I went, Aspen Lawn and Pest Control came out and they fixed it all because they're college-educated professionals that understand the environment here in Kansas City and what they have to do to make sure that they grow the best grass, whether it's the soil, the seeds, the weather. They know everything about Kansas City, and that's why every lawn that they work on looks like it's the best on the block. Right now, with Aspen Lawn and Pest Control, they're going to give you a free estimate and up to half off your first application when you mention this ad. And don't forget about the mosquito dome. Keep your yard free of mosquitoes and ticks and fleas all spring and summer long. So visit them now at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens, and you know baseball's back. BetMGM, the official partner of Major League Baseball, is bringing the high heat all season long. All season long, you can log into the BetMGM app and receive top-tier promos that put you in the batter's box and up the excitement for America's pastime. Step up to the plate all season with Swing for the Fences, the free-to-play game where every swing could score you rewards. We're talking parlay boost tokens, odds boost tokens, same-game parlay boosts, and even bonus spins. It's an MLB parlay boost token. Problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 and older only. Missouri only. Existing customer offers subject to eligibility requirements.
Real. The treatments are natural. Your body already knows how to heal, and QC Kinetics finally gives it the right tools. And we're not doing it in an operating room. There's no hardware. There's no watching summer come and go from a recliner. You're going to get back to being you, the version of you that doesn't map out a route based on where you can sit or to avoid stairs. And now you got to get that free consultation from my friends over at QC Kinetics, because better starts there. Schedule your free consultation today at 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. QC Kinetics off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone, 816-412-6299.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website...
773 Network.
Baseball is back, and BetMGM, official partner of Major League Baseball, is bringing the high heat all season long. Step up to the plate all season with Swing for the Fences, the free-to-play game where every swing could score you rewards. We're talking parlay boost tokens, odds boost tokens, same-game parlay boosts, and even bonus spins all season. Lock in bigger value with MLB odds boost tokens and MLB parlay boost tokens all season long. More boosts, more swings, more chances to win. Download the Bet 1-800 for Massachusetts, 1-800 for Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
The countdown to the World Soccer Championship is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. From here, for wherever you are, that's the benefit of blue. Visit bluekc.com/benefit of blue for more information. You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888.
Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Northland 169 Highway heavy at I-29 stays pretty slowed down past Briarcliff. East side 70 westbound slowing from Manchester Traffic Way past 31st Street through the Grandview Triangle heavy for 70 westbound 435 off of Ganonigan heavy from there to the state line. Alan Carr 96.5 The Fan traffic.
He's the only man in history to win a race in a hot dog costume and break national NFL news. Here's Nate Taylor from ESPN with Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Back on 96.5 The Fan on a Thursday, April 30th, the last day of April. It's already here. Means the draft's come and gone. Schedule release is almost here. Rookie mini camp almost here. Nate Taylor on the air with us. Nate, the draft's over. The players have been evaluated. What player from this year's draft class has Nate Taylor already started to think about the impact this young man can make on this roster?
Ooh, good question. I really like the idea of seeing how Peter Woods can play, in a rotation under the, mentorship of Chris Jones. I know you guys have probably talked a ton about Delane and just what he's going to be asked to do, especially, early on, with them trading up from 9 to 6 to go get him. But I think Peter Woods is sort of the more underrated aspect of this, and the idea that, he's someone that they just haven't had as a, rotational option in terms of quickness, athleticism, someone that you think can blossom as a pass rusher. So that would be my pick as of right now, just sort of in the trenches and trying to understand what's next for just what the defense is trying to do now that Chris Jones is going to be entering, year 11? It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. And also, too, Nate, what's crazy is this time last week we were probably having the discussions of there's no depth along the defensive line. And now you look at it and you go, man, they've got a lot of depth along the defensive line right now.
Right. I mean, they've got 4 legitimate guys on the interior with, Kyrus Tonga, Chris Jones, Omar Norman Lott's going to come back from the ACL, and now you have Peter Woods. So, hey, they could add maybe one more player, and I know I've talked to Carrington about, hey, the idea you go get Cam Jordan, if that's a legitimate option for the Chiefs. Now they're going to have to figure out some of their salary cap issues over the next, couple weeks or months, but I just like that they are more athletic. They are younger on the defensive line, and you hope that George Karlaftis has a bounce-back season because of the thumb injury and the fact that, they just didn't have anybody to divert attention away from him and Chris Jones to where you could get consistent pressure on third down.
Nate, I want to talk to you a little bit about what you kind of just said with Cam Jordan and maybe going out and getting him. Percentage as of April 30th, 2026, you have that Tyreek Hill is wearing a Chiefs jersey next year.
Oh, the Tyreek Hill of it all. It's man, I want to say, look, we know that Tyreek is planning to play this upcoming season. You're going to get more updates on his health, given his rehab. We know he's a diligent worker, so I don't think that's the issue. Man, I don't want to be hyperbolic or over the top, but I think there's more than a 50% chance that he's in a Chiefs uniform. So I would put it at 55%, maybe even 60%. For Tyreek, as of right now, and considering that there was, teams who took receivers in the first round or the second round, because there were some guys that I liked sort of in that mid-first, early second-round window. But again, the Chiefs have other needs, and so it makes sense to go get, a Peter Woods and R. Mason Thomas. I mean, he already knows the coaching staff, the health and medical staff, the athletic training staff. It would be an easier transition for him.
Is he the best receiver on the roster if he's here?
Oh, man, that's a good question, too. I mean, if you could just say, hey, he's going to be as healthy as he was, or he's going to be in the same form he was before the injury in Miami early last season, 3 to 4 weeks, Tyreek Hill was very good. It's just that, he was playing with a quarterback who was not at his best in Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah, he's also coming off that injury, and to me, I feel better if the Royals sign Juan Gonzalez this year than if we go out and get Tyreek Hill. It will be my least liked move that either franchise has made in probably 20 years if they bring him back, because Andy's got to learn from what happened in Philadelphia, Nate. When at the end of his tenure in Philadelphia, they tried to bring old-timers in, names that people knew to try to assemble this dream team. It never ever works. And I just don't know how you become a better organization overall with Tyreek Hill here, because that's the last guy I want mentoring Rashee Rice.
Yeah, I can see your point. I can definitely see your point. But I also understand, too, that, they brought back Kareem Hunt, and I never, ever thought that was going to happen based on how that relationship deteriorated and the fact that he lied to the organization about, obviously, his misconduct. So in my mind, that was a learning lesson for me in terms of well, hey, relationships can develop over time. You hope players mature and make better decisions over time. Hey, you're not young anymore, so you actually appreciate, the second opportunity and give Kareem a massive amount of credit, what he did over the last 2 years. And unfortunately, it looks like, he won't be back because they've made so much investment at the running back position. But I think that experience sort of helped inform me that we all know who Andy Reid is as a coach in terms of like giving second chances or being, maybe not as uncomfortable at the idea of like, hey, like we can bring you in and sort of, give you another opportunity. It won't be the same because it wasn't clearly the same for Kareem Hunt, but like, hey, you can come in and be a contributor. And maybe you're a little bit older and a little bit wiser. In Tyreek's case, coming off an injury, like, hey, they're not asking for you. And I want to make this clear. Like, if they sign Tyreek Hill, if they're not asking Tyreek Hill to be like a superhero, they're not asking for the guy who was, an incredible player in 2018, 2019, 2020. But hey, could you give us like valuable snaps and you can reestablish yourself for like the second half of the season, depending on like, again, how you improve, how the rehab goes, with your injury. So I don't know what the team's going to look like in October, or if you want to bring Tyreek Hill in and like, end of August so that he has the whole year to just sort of be with the team, before he's ever on the field, that way you don't have to like rush him in terms of like, hey, practices and, trying to get the timing down with Patrick and the rest of the teammates. Like, I totally understand that, but it's a possibility because I just think it's easier for him to re-assimilate and reestablish himself for, again, like 9 to 8 games, just so that you have a clear understanding of who you could be on the free agent market for 2027.
We're talking to Nate Taylor here, the Chiefs beat writer at ESPN. Nate, we saw that the offseason seemed to be kind of the Andy Reid focus of changing the guard on the offensive side of things, and the draft was a very heavily defensive Spagnuolo-focused sort of thing. Who's got more pressure to kind of turn around what was not what it used to be when it comes to these two guys, Andy or Spags, offense or defense?
I still think it's offense. And I think that was going to be the case regardless of what happened with the draft. We knew that they needed a pass rusher. We knew they needed maybe another corner. We knew they needed an interior defensive lineman. So the Chiefs did, I think, a fine job in realizing that, hey, if they are, telling us the truth that the best players on their board happen to be at defense, happen to be at positions of need, totally fine with that. You make this sort of youth movement on defense because you still got, and I wrote about this for ESPN.com, I mean, you still got 4 guys from last year's draft class who need to get better from going from year 1 to year 2, and Gelati and Omar Norman-Lott. So there's plenty of, youth and experience for these young guys to learn on defense. Essentially, Andy Reid, and with the understanding that, like, look, we all, I think, hope and I guess are now anticipating that Patrick Mahomes is going to be available for week 1. If that is indeed the case, hey, if they gave you Kenneth Walker, I don't know, you should probably utilize him.
Right.
You need to develop Xavier Worthy. We don't know what's going to happen with Rashee Rice, but he's here for this year, so you better squeeze all the juice out of that guy for as much as he's available to you on the field.
Mm-hmm.
There's, I just want to remind people there were so many puzzling decisions that either Andy made from a game management situation or a player personnel formation. This doesn't totally make sense, Coach, why you're running this against like a division opponent like the Denver Broncos. And, you ran RPOs in a way that like nobody else in the league did. And yet those plays weren't as productive as they were in the past with Patrick. So they need to go back to a more diverse running game. They need to open up their play action part of the playbook. They need to actually work with Patrick on, hey, if we're going to take shots downfield, we need to execute them at a higher level. And you got to get, Josh Simmons to get better from year 1 to year 2. Jalen Moore at right tackle, he is solidified now. Okay, well, let's see how good this offensive line can be. And you and Andy Heck got to coach these guys to really gel sooner rather than later. So for all these reasons, the pressure's on Andy Reid. I think Steve Spagnuolo's done he did a pretty good job with no pass rush whatsoever outside of Chris Jones last season. And it's understandable for you to lose so many guys from that 2022 draft class that you have to fill those voids, which puts the pressure on, hey, make the most out of Travis Kelce, make the most out of Patrick Mahomes, coming off the most significant injury of his career. And let's get these young skill position players to, I don't know, put together like the best versions of themselves collectively together in 2026.
Nate, why do you think Andy was having those moments last year where, as you're saying, doing stuff against divisional opponents that makes you scratch your head, and the RPOs being just, POs, and no R involved at all? Like, why do you think it was like that last year from Andy? Do you just think it was one of those years where time just caught up to everybody and there just wasn't enough time to even get ready for last season?
I think in one of the weirdest ways, and I think the simplest way to explain this is he was not willing or was not able to adjust as fast as he has usually been able to do both in game and during the season. Look, I understand that your phenomenal first round left tackle left the team. That sucks. I understand that your most dynamic receiver in Xavier Worthy got hurt on the third play of the season, and it was friendly fire with your Hall of Fame tight end. I get that. I understand that, look, you're hoping your starting running back in Isaiah Pacheco returns to form from his own, significant leg injury the year prior. And
right.
For whatever reason, he just did not get back into rhythm as well as you thought in September. At no point did the Chiefs really adjust their offense to their player personnel like they did the year before, which I thought was masterful in terms of like all the injuries that happened with Rashee Rice and them still being able to be a productive offense. And you didn't make your quarterback's life easier, right?
Right.
You're going for it on fourth down in moments where, again, you've never really done that before against the Houston Texans. You're not using your offense or not protecting your defense with your offense against the Dallas Cowboys. There are snapshots. People can go find them. But, like, hey, man, there's a reason why the Denver Broncos are blitzing from an overload standpoint against your three-man receivers on the left side, because they know all of your passing concepts.
They know what's coming, yeah.
Exactly. And so, for whatever reason, and again, it's puzzling, which is why this upcoming